Mike Bohn joined now by Carlos Prates, who headlined Saturday UFC Kansas City against Ian Machado Garry. Carlos, you've done a main event before. I know the Neil Magny fight was big, but this feels like a level up, an arena, a different city, all that stuff. Are you feeling it?
Yeah, I'm feeling that. I'm really excited. Can't wait to get there, bro. On the main event, start to listen my music, and then I start to walk out and feel all the energy.
Yeah. Do you think this whole thing? Like, I know you would have loved to fight with your teammate in Miami against Jeff Neal. Like, that would have been great. But do you think this worked out well for you? I mean, more time to train, the main event. It seems like this is an even bigger spotlight.
Yeah, I think so, bro. Of course, it's not nice thing. Jeff Neal got injury. I think he got surgery also. Yeah,
Yeah, he did.
on his elbow or shoulder, something like that. I feel bad for that. But for me it was like better. It's weird to say that, because he got injury, but for me it was better. Now I'm gonna fighting the guy who's 7 on the rank, main event, in arena, a lot of people's more money, so let's go.
Yeah, it seems like the UFC is just being like desperate to give you something big, right? Like they wanted to put you in the fight with Shavkat in December. There's been all these things where like they're like they want Carlos to do it, it didn't work out. So, are you feeling, I guess, the love in that regard, like knowing that they're just kind of waiting to put you in a spot like this?
Bro, I'm working hard. I knock people out. I speak English. I'm really nice guy, handsome. So I think that's why UFC wants to see me as a champion. Not only UFC and also the fans, because now I respect for the other guys, bro. But we have Belal Muhammad. Belal Muhammad is a grappler, bored fights, like people's the viewers, the fans, they want to pay the ticket to see people like bleeding, trying to kill each other on the octagon like a real fight. And then we have Shambretti, Shavkat, like they want to see people's getting knocked out.
Yeah.
So I think that's why they give me a good fight and things like that. And yeah, I'm gonna keep doing that.
Do you think Ian Gary is one of those guys that you kind of just described, like someone like yourself that the people want to see, or not so much?
Yeah, yeah, I think so. I think so. His fights are always fun, or it's nice. He move a lot, but also he don't finish a lot of fights. And people want to see fight finish. Why Poatan becomes so big? Because
Mhm.
he finished the fights. He knocked people out, and that's it.
It gets harder and harder to get the knockout as you fight the better guys, right? So, like,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
mindset do you go into this fight with in terms of that?
Yeah, but we have to do our best. My game is knock people out. And I have more than 100 Muay Thai fights, and the thing I know how to do. I have been doing that for a long time with the big gloves, and now I have small gloves on my hands. So I have to get the job done. Of course, I like BJJ. I train a lot of BJJ. I'm BJJ black belt training for 15 years, but my game is striking. I have to knock people out.
Yeah, and I mean, for this fight, like I was just watching your media day from earlier and Ian's media day from earlier. He was saying a lot of stuff, man, like about you. You've heard the comments about being the quitter, and he says he's more Brazilian than you. Like, is he making this personal now?
No, not
No.
really, bro. I don't care about what he's saying. Um, mm, uh, when I step on the octagon, no emotions, no anything, bro. No, he can say whatever he want, but it's gonna change. I'm gonna step on the cage. I'm gonna smash him. I'm gonna knock him out. I'm gonna hurt him just because I getting paid for that. It's my job. It's my work. Nothing because about what he's saying or things like that.
Yeah, like you lose all the emotion and you kind of just go on instinct when you're in the cage.
Yeah, I think when some fighter do things like that, what he doing is because his mind is not so strong like mine. Because like he trying to broken my mind and things like that. Because maybe on some point of the life or some fight somebody did it with him. And now
Mhm.
he's afraid about me start to do it with him, and then he start to do it with me. But bro, and nothing changed. Saturday night. I gonna go there, listen my music, walk out, step on the cage, and get one more in, one more bonus, knock him out. That's it.
When he keeps bringing up that fight, saying that you were a quitter, and obviously you've had so much success since then, right? When you look back at that fight, like, do you look at it as a completely different person, a different fighter? Do you know
Yeah.
when something changed after that? Like, if someone looks at that and they want to know your side of what he keeps saying, what would you say?
Bro, first of all, nobody knows what was behind on that fight,
Mhm.
what was happening in my personal life with me also. I was on the China 1 month without training. I did kickboxing fights on the same month without coach, without corner, really cold, cannot training, just eating 1 time per day to cut weight, you know. It's thinking like Ian Gary never would face on his life, never, never, never. And I felt like in really bad situations, I felt injury, I felt many times like sick, and that fight special, the guy put the finger on my eyes and they just didn't stop. And then I couldn't see anything. And then I got a lot of punch and then they stopped the fight because I cannot see anything. But it's part of my career. It's part of my experience. Like I said, I face everything, and I'm gonna bring a lot of things he never faced it before inside the octagon.
Do you feel like,
Yeah,
if you win
in
this fight?
4 years, yeah,
Yeah,
4 years in UFC for Ian Gary. For me, just 1 year.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
but it's okay. Saturday, I'm gonna show him a lot of things. I'm gonna show him who's the quitter, and I'm gonna smash him. I'm gonna knock him out. I'm gonna become really close to become a UFC welterweight champ. Really close to fight for the title, and that's it.
yes, for sure. Who do you think's going to win the title fight 2 weeks after your fight?
I think Bilal Muhammad.
Yeah. Is
Yeah,
he the one you would rather fight? Like, if one day, it's such an interesting situation right now, right? Because there'd be you, there's Shavkat, there's Sean Brady, and then Islam Makhachev. Everyone's saying maybe he moves up. So there's a lot of guys.
a lot of names, a lot of good names.
Yeah.
But I'm a guy. I'm guy like he clean with the mouth, and I will be there no matter what, who I have to fight. Next year, I'm gonna become a UFC champ.
Yeah, and I know you had to turn down the Shavkat fight because of an injury, right? Like, was that something that's been bothering you for a long time, or was it something that had like just happened?
No, bro. To be honest, I fought with the new magnet with my feet broken,
Yeah.
and then the situation got worse after the fight. And then they asked me to fight Shabbat, but no, no, no chance. My feet was really big. I cannot like walk, so I couldn't fight.
Yeah. So you did that to Neil Magny with bad feet. How well can you do in this fight with good feet?
I would knock him out. I think so. I think.
For sure, man. Okay, Carlos. Well, as I said, I know you've done a lot of media. It's been busy, but it feels like you're prepared for this, right? You've been waiting your whole life for this type of attention.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. I was dreaming about that moment for 16 years. Me and my team, my father, Chris, and now we live in that. It's like the dream become true. And I'm going to keep living that.
Awesome, man. Well, you're one of the most exciting fighters in the UFC right now. I think a lot of people are excited to watch this fight and see what you can do. So, best of luck and thank you for taking the time.
Thank you, brother. Thank you so much.